Hey everybody, JC the Sniper again. This time with a review of Magpul's PMag for the AR-15 M4 style rifle. And this is it right here. Now this mag has a couple of pretty cool features. First of all, these mags are about, I believe they'll run between $15 and $30 depending on where you get them. I think I got this one for like 17 bucks at a gun shop near here. So they're not too expensive. They're a little bit more expensive than the standard AR mags, but they have some distinct advantages. First of which is the self-leveling follower, which Magpul incorporates in here. And this is really cool. If you don't know what the self-leveling follower is all about, I'm going to give you a little demonstration here. Here's a standard AR mag with the non-self-leveling follower, and watch what happens if I put it on the front there. See how that gets wedged? Now that's stuck, and I can't load things, and it takes some effort to get it unstuck. So if you push too hard on this front part or on the back part, it'll get wedged in there. And if it gets wedged down here, good luck trying to get it out, especially in a combat situation or any situation where you're depending on this mag to load your rifle. Essentially, that mag jamming, say that's your last mag, and that thing jams up, you know, you're screwed. So, I mean, I guess you could take all the rounds out and put them in another mag if you had another one, but that would be a severe problem. Now, this PMag has this self-leveling follower, and what that means is I can push on the front of this, and it goes all the way in, and it comes straight back up without jamming, because they've incorporated a rail system in here, which allows it to slide up and down freely on the rail system without getting cockeyed and putting the spring pressure off and forcing it to jam in the mag itself. So that keeps it from jamming. Also, there's this nifty round counter window. You can see that orange part of the spring and see it moving. And basically that lets you count your rounds. So when you've got 5 rounds in there, you know, that shows 5 rounds, and it moves down as you depress it further. So you can have a general count of the rounds you've got in your mag, which is a useful thing to have, because you can look at it and at a glance tell, okay, this mag is running low, or okay, you know, this mag has 25 rounds in it. And that's something you can't do with this. Say I have 4 or 5 rounds in here, you know, you can look in here and try to tell, but you can't really, you know. I mean, you can guess, and you can tell a little bit by weight of it how many are in there, but it's a much better system to have that window and be able to see it. Also, these are completely resistant to, you know, corrosion, rust. Of course, aluminum won't rust either, but you know, they don't rust or anything like that. They're not steel. The only thing in there that's metal is this spring. Everything else is polymer, including the floor plate. And you can get rebuild kits for these for about $4, so that's not bad. Also, these PMags have the options of different floor plates, where you can put a looped floor plate. They have several different styles of loops and pulls to be able to speed up your extraction from a pouch or something like that. So you've got more options with this than you do with a standard AR mag. You know, you see people tape a loop of paracord on the bottom of their mag so they can grab it and pull it out. Well, essentially PMag has that without the tape. You can get an actual loop plate that fits on here and does that for you. So I think that's kind of cool. Also, they weigh just about the same. The PMag might be slightly heavier, but you know, they're just about the same. And the PMag is admittedly a little bit longer. There we go. You can see there it's about half an inch longer than a standard AR mag. So, you know, a little bit longer. I think that half inch is definitely worth it for what we get. Self-leveling follower, round counting, window, the modularity capability with the floor plate, the covers that you can get for it, the fact that it's an all-polymer magazine, and this has gone through some pretty rigorous testing and withstood it well. I've never had any problem with these feeding my AR, and I think it's an excellent magazine. So, one more thing is this feed ramp, or whatever you'd like to call that. It's not the feed ramp. The opening where the rounds are extracted as they are stripped out of the mag is a little bit different than this one. If you look at them, you can see this PMag has a drop down space, and the standard AR magazine does not. That makes it harder to get the rounds out, and occasionally I found that rounds can catch on that. Not often, but it can happen. And if it does happen, you know, that can cause some problems, because your rounds won't strip out right and it won't load. And the PMag solves that problem with a little notch there, so that the rounds can strip out easier. It also makes it easier if you've loaded a few rounds into a magazine and you just want to take them out. The standard AR mags are really hard to do that with. With this PMag, it just slides right out quite easily. So, I mean, you can see just by hand sliding them that it's going to be easier for the loading than this is, where you put one in here and it's kind of a pain to get out. I mean, you can do it, but it's a little bit frustrating sometimes because it's really difficult, especially when there's more than one in there. If there's a stack and you try to load it, strip the top ones off, it can get tricky. So I like that better. One thing that is nice about these is, obviously, these have metal feed lips, and the PMag has polymer feed lips. They don't have steel inserts. However, I think these polymer feed lips hold up just fine. I don't have a problem with them. I've had polymer feed lips on other weapons and other magazines. My CMMG 22 conversion, which I'll probably do a review of, has polymer feed lips, and I haven't had a problem with these mags, so I don't think that's an issue. Plenty of weapons have polymer feed lips on their mags, and they seem to hold up fine. So I think these will be good, especially made by a company as reliable as Magpul. They have some awesome stuff out there, and it pretty much all holds up well. So definitely a fan of Magpul. Anyway, I guess that's about all I've got to say. So that is JC the Sniper's review of the Magpul PMag 30 round magazine for the AR-15. Signing off.